So, just going to talk a bit today about what's going on in the Asphalt Odyssey world. We are getting some preparations done for the upcoming trip to Canada. Looks like we've got a route outlined pretty good. And it looks like we're going to be up there about a month. The total trip's going to take a month anyway. Had a phone conversation yesterday with Can-Am on Road. We have been asked to participate as a brand ambassador again this year, which we are proud to pick up that title. And a new addition this year, they brought on one new ambassador, and you all, if you haven't already heard the news, Coach Bob has been asked to be a brand ambassador, and he was on the onboarding Zoom call with us. I did not get a chance to say hi. I got a chance to wave at him and Vic, but didn't get a chance to talk. A well-deserved acknowledgement there. Coach Bob has long been a supporter of the brand. And, glad to see it's heading his way. If you haven't, and if you're not familiar with Coach Bob, his channel is Coach Bob 3. Often he is accompanied by his lovely wife, Vic, and who goes by the name Coach Vic. So if you haven't had a chance, share the love and reach over there and check out Bob's channel. You know, it's my understanding that Coach Bob is a retired air traffic controller, and me being a retired pilot, now I never flew commercial. I flew general aviation and did some search and rescue and did some instructing, but I never flew the big guys. But anyway, so my concern, if Coach Bob and I ever get a chance to meet up in person, that he would be very controlling. I would hear things from him like, line up and wait, remain clear of the Class Bravo, and things like that, just because he's an air traffic controller and I'm a pilot. So one of the issues we need to address, at least I think we're going to need to address it before we head out of town, is a problem we may be having with the suspension system of the Spyder. The RT has a suspension system that auto-corrects for weight to have the suspension adjusted properly based on loads. If we have full of cargo, towed a trailer, Miriam's on or not on the Spyder, and a compressor adjusts the center strut or shock. I'm not sure what that unit is actually called. And I have found that after we got back to the trip, it seems to be cycling on and off a lot. And from what little bit I can find, it looks like there may be a leak in the system, which will cause the compressor to cycle through and run. And we're going to need to have that taken care of because I do not want that to fail on the trip. I don't think that'd be a good thing. So it's my little understanding that the whole will not get better by itself. There is no quick fix. So I've called my dealership, and I've on the list to bring this in to have it looked at in about 2 weeks. We have a little over a month before our departure, about 6 weeks, I guess. So hopefully we'll get that taken care of before we head out. So I'm not really sure what the problem is. I don't know if it's a leak in the system, whether the compressor is, the sensor could be malfunctioning, causing the pump to cycle on and off. But anyway, I'm not getting any warning lights, so I need to have the experts take a look at it. I do love the fact that we can leave our house in Virginia Beach and in a very short period of time we're in the country, back roads. It's very, very nice. Of course, one of my favorite little restaurants right here is Margie and Ray's. Been there forever, family owned, very fresh seafood. Prices are really nice compared to the volume of food, and I do mean volume. This is the road out to Sandbridge, which is a big part of this is the road out to Sandbridge and Back Bay National Wildlife Refuge. Sandbridge is a big destination in the summertime. I don't know the number, but probably thousands of rental properties down here. People rent entire houses, they'll stay a week. or longer. And they're very popular in the summer and in the holidays as a gathering spot. And for years, it's all been serviced by this 2-lane, windy road called Sandbridge Road. Problem is, it flows through the National Wildlife Refuge, so widening the road probably comes short of just having to have an act of Congress to get it done. But it looks like they are making some progress to turn it into a 4-lane. Kind of hate to see it because it's a sleepy little laid-back area, and once you put a 4-lane highway to it, well, all that slow pace would tend to go away. When Miriam and I made a trip over to our local AAA office last week to check on health insurance for a trip to Canada, we picked up some paper maps. I have this thing for paper maps. It helps us to plan the trip in more detail. So grab some of those, and we also now have access to the travel books, which gives us recommendations for hotels and restaurants and other things like that. And they're no longer paper. The books are. They are now available online only, but you can download them and save them to your phone, so you can have them when you're out of service, which I suspect we may have some of that as we go up to Canada and in rural areas of Maine. We have crossed another item off our list. We have our babysitter for our bird confirmed. We even have a backup plan should that not work. It'd probably be a lot simpler just to take our bird to a place that boards birds, but we found that our parrot is very how do I say this? He is comfortable in his environment, which is our house and his cage. And if we take him to a bird boarding service like we've done before, it's traumatic, very traumatic. So much so that one time we came back from a trip and I went to pick him up. I was not convinced he was actually our bird. He was acting so much different. He looked like our bird. He was in the cage, but he was like a bird zombie. And we think that being in the presence of other larger parrots for the time we were gone just traumatized him, because birds are flock creatures. If you're not part of your flock, you're an outsider. That's why we have guests that come over, including Katie and Mark when they come home to visit. He doesn't consider them part of the flock anymore, and he would attack them. But it's hard to get your mind around, at least I did when I first met Miriam, is that birds can be actually affectionate. He cuddles with us. He'll fly over and hang out with us. We're watching TV or something like that in the afternoon. And then when it's time for us to have dinner, he's in his cage eating his bird seed while we're having our dinner. So they're very social creatures. So after we were gone for 2 months, I didn't know what to expect when I got home. He was clearly excited to see us, and I feel we were reprimanded for being gone so long, but he was instantly happy to have us back, and was ready to hang out with us and climb on our shoulders and just nuzzle our necks. So anyway, it makes me feel good that we have somebody who we trust and know to come in on a regular basis and spend some time with him, because like I said, they're social creatures. They want to spend time with people, so we've got that taken care of. So that's another thing crossed off the list. And another thing we've gotten back into, now that the weather's gotten milder, it's in the 70s today, is exercising a little bit more. We know that especially last year, really taught us that it's physically demanding to ride long distances on a regular basis for long periods of time. So we do our best to get some exercise in. Miriam is working on her cardio. I'm doing my cardio. I'm doing bicycling. I'd like to get back up to an average of a 10-mile ride, which will take me about an hour to do. And Miriam is doing working out at our local rec center a couple days a week. getting that knocked off of our list. And plus, I don't know about you guys, but I have found that for me, I don't know why, but bicycling seems to be the exercise of choice. It just makes me feel so much better when I do it. I sleep better, I feel better, and even if you just do, 20, 30 minutes a couple times a week, and it's bicycling, so it's not that difficult. Unless you're in hilly terrain, then I sympathize with you. I could not cycle in mountainous terrain or hilly terrain. Well, now I'm just going to wait for All Out Cycles to give me a call so I can get in there and get the Spyder looked at, check on that compressor, see what's going on with that, get that fixed. And other than that, that's about it. Well, guys, I think that's going to adjust that thing again. Wrap it up for today's video. Going to get it on back to the garage, get inside, fix myself a bite of lunch, and start editing out the video. If you haven't considered subscribing, please do so. It really helps the algorithm generate this content for other folks who are like-minded to watch it. And also the thumbs up button. It also affects the algorithm in ways that I didn't know till recently, and for the same reason. So if you're so inclined, we greatly appreciate it. So until next time, guys, and hopefully we'll have some. So until next time, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. Y'all take care. See you later. Bye-bye.